Okay, now that the headboard is done, I am working on this curtain that used to be here, and actually we took this down immediately because it was hideous. But here's what the old curtain looked like. Ugly black curtain that would block off the bedroom. And so we took that down. These little plastic clips on it, and so I just took that off. I don't know if you can see that. I took that off of the old piece and just sewed it on this one, which again is that thrifted curtain. So now
oh, that looks cool. That's really cool looking.
thank you.
This looks really good.
Taken the old valance apart. It is just a piece of this, I don't even know what you call this, particle board or fiber board, and that is wrapped with just a piece of plain black, and then they created a little valance that hangs down, and all of it is stapled. There's no sewing except for maybe a hem if I need that. So I'm going to start. Okay, so I think I'm going to staple this back on, which seems like a waste, but it's all right because the staples were rusty, and so I'm starting fresh. Okay, so I'm just following their old fold lines and making sure that my holes are going to line up. Here we go. A couple of spots where the trim is coming down, over here, and then there's a spot over here that needs to be attached. So I brought my brad nailer and I'm going to take care of that real quick. So now I am ready to put up my new little valance. Goes up like this, and then the roller shades mount under it. getting dark out, so I'll have to try and do another one in the daylight. There's our TV. Looking pretty good though. I have the little valances done, and I wallpapered even up in like what you would look at when you're laying down, and all around the back, so you can kind of see what I've done. And now I have these little lights. Let me flip the camera around. These are the little lights that are above our heads when we're sleeping, and right now they are silver, and so I am going to this rub and buff, and I'm going to make them gold. Okay, I have taped around the little glass shade part because that won't come off, or at least I can't figure out how to get it off. So I'm just going to tape it so I don't get the rub and buff on it. And I'm going to do up here first, and then I will put this back up, and then I'll do this part. Here's what it's looking like. So I just used my finger and put a layer of the rub and buff all over. It's just like almost like a little polish, and then you just let it sit for a little bit, and then you buff it, and it looks like polished gold or whatever. So I'm going to do the other light, and then I will show you what they look like when they're done. Here we are, all done. Let me turn off the light. Pretty good. I like how they look now. Better than silver.
I did not do a proper video for the overhead light because it was purely experimental. You can see we had this little puck light, and I couldn't figure out how to get it down, and I didn't want to glue anything to the ceiling, so I started out with the lid of one of these steel cut oats containers, and I just cut the center out and then glued some boho looking trim around the outside edge of the lid, and then I placed this whole thing over the puck light and tucked it under the lip of the light.
Oh God, please tell me I'm not the only one who's in this situation. Just when I think of you, my fingers started shaking.
And here's a before and after shot. I think it looks so much better. We're really happy with it. I did buy some extra wallpaper and wallpaper around this curved edge below the bed, just to kind of further separate the space to say that this is the bedroom. And I found this while hanging at Home Goods. There's the finished little light cover. I already had this bedspread. It's from Target, from the Jungalow line. And I showed you this, how I wallpapered underneath the cupboards before, and the finished gold lights.
There's Miss Gretchen.
And next up is the living room, so stay tuned.